I'm very overwhelmed by the response. There are so many thoughtful responses. Thank you to everyone who took the time to respond. I thought I would give an update. My fiance normally gets home around 5:30 p.m., so after I was done working, I work from home, I waited for her to show up. I got very worried when it was 6 and she still wasn't home, but around 6:15, she showed up with my sister, which was a big surprise. While my sister and I connect every Thursday, we live 45 minutes away from each other, so her popping by is not normal. Both of them looked very anxious, so I was very confused. I asked them what was going on and my sister just burst into tears and said she was sorry. After like 5 minutes of her losing her shit, she starts talking about the family. So apparently when she told my mom and Dale that I got engaged, it started a rift between them. Not because they cared about me, but because my half-brother, who is 27, is still living at home, single with no steady job. If you're thinking, wow, they kicked you out at 19 but let him stay there past when he could rent a car, don't worry, I said it out loud. My mom apparently wants to do the same to my half-brother, but Dale won't let her. So they are currently separated, with my mom living with family and refusing to come back until my half-brother is out of the house. For some reason that defies all logic and reason, my sister thinks getting an invite to my wedding will bring the family together since it was my engagement that caused the rift. At this, I blew up a bit. I told her that my engagement had nothing to do with it, that their shitty parenting and poor relationship skills caused it, and didn't put that shit on me. She cried even harder, and this time, I was not going to console her. My fiance is just sitting there the whole time, so while my sister is trying to get herself together, I question my fiance about this. She also tears up a bit, but tells me my sister was telling her about how I always bring up the family on our Thursday, and that deep down, I wanted to repair the relationship. I asked how she could believe that when I was very clear that I was no contact with my family and had never mentioned wanting to be in contact. I told her that I tell her everything and would never hold back something like this without talking to her. She's always been my sounding board. When I switched jobs last year, we talked about it every night, and her advice mattered more than anyone else. She apologized and then wanted to show me her phone, specifically the messages between her and my sister. At this point, my sister perks up and asks her not to show the phone conversation, but my fiance tells her she's trying to save her relationship. My sister has just been straight up lying about our Thursday conversations. I was always talking about reconciling, I would never admit it, but I'm partially at fault too, and I really want to see them all again. Every time I would tell my fiance no, she would text my sister, and my sister would talk about how I just couldn't be open because I was embarrassed. It's just completely false. I would be perfectly happy never to see any of them again. I can't believe my sister still sees them. At this point, I told my half-sister to leave and that Thursdays are canceled. My sister puts up a little bit of a fight, but I ignore her until she leaves. She keeps saying sorry over and over again, but honestly, I'm done with her. I've blocked her and will not contact her for the time being. This is a complete betrayal of my feelings and relationships. As for my fiance and me, I am still very upset. She went behind my back with my sister, never asked me about it, let my sister manipulate her, and honestly hurt me. I told her I loved her, but my trust was broken. We've agreed to go to couples therapy and see if we can repair the relationship. I hope we can, but I'd say it's a toss-up for me. She's got a lot of work to do. So that's the update. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments.